throws it down.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Over in the corner, Edwards. On paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Asa? Dilisan mo. Ang assign play? Oh, niya. Ilag kung sa, ilag. Na-set up nimo dito sa imong kwan. Katong imong quick play.
There's just so much talent.
Quick play nimo, katong imong mga quick play.
Guys get hot. This could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
Here's Maxey. After the basket by Minnesota. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Edwards. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Embiid the screen. Down low. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Man, nice to see how Embiid operates in the pick and roll. Knows how to set hard screens as well as where and when to roll.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
I caught up with the head coach from Minnesota. I asked, what do you do about Tyrese Maxey, a guy who can spark plays out of thin air? Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, I'm trying to keep someone in front of him all night. I don't want Maxey seeing the shots he wants or the passing lanes he's looking for. It's a tough assignment, but Coach says he's got the right guys for the job. Back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Here's Edgecombe. Embiid inside. Minnesota with the rebound. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Timberwolves trail. McDaniels outside. Here's Edwards. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Really like what Edwards did there, assertive in the two-man game.
Maxey into the lane. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Gobert, the screen. Edwards can't hit. Here's Maxey. Pass to Edgecombe. Puts up a deep three. Julius Randle with the rebound. Up top, DiVincenzo. Hasn't made one yet. Randle is doubled. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Shot clock at 2. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
naman ka. Nag-post. Ayan, tulog ka na eh. Isa ra ka buok. Pagilis na ko di og pick and roll ba? Unsa ba? Ay, isa lang niya. O man, balik dito sa imong assign play. Assign play niya. Balik dito sa imong gatong gusto ni mo nga offensive settings. Quick play ramay mong gamit. Saan na na yung mga gaya na eh. Practice na rin.
The 76ers leading. Screen by Oubre. Driving in. Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Embiid. Now Edgecombe. Rocket 2. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And that one comes up a bit short. And it's Randall, top of the key. Back to DiVincenzo. Another miss by Minnesota. Randall brings the double team. Pass to Oubre. It's stolen by Gobert. Oubre with the steal. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. analogy that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the contest. And so he hits the technical free throw. And having a star in Anthony Edwards, Clark, with so much confidence, what kind of impact does that have for the Wolves?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he wants the pressure of carrying the team, and with his outgoing nature and skill set, that mentality, I think, permeates the team and gives it great confidence.
The shot by McDaniels, no good. The 76ers leading by 3. Over to the wing. Now Grimes. Clock at 4. And finished off by Oubre.
An incredible athlete. Kelly Oubre Jr. looks to throw it down.
Randle outside. Back to Edwards. And stolen by Drummond. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Drummond the screen. Pass to Grimes. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Randle. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Drummond. Defended by Gobert. And Drummond throws it down.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota. Edgecombe with it. Up in time. And so it's Philadelphia. Break the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done.
Ako anak lang dula ako. Ako anak lang dula. Kamu dula ako. Ay, let's go tape. Sabi ko na, sabi rin ba't? Wala ko. Ikaw naman di. Kausap. Bian. Sab. Sab. Kaya na niya ito niya agad. Sige. Usap rin po tayo, sir.
With a flow like this, can't nobody do the go like this. With a glow like this, and a like this. Can't nobody drop it low like this. Go like this, 10 toes like this. Hit 'em with the finger roll like this. And I roll right quick, and I blow right quick. Now you know you had to froze that.
Lamig dula.
Double L, took 'em to the hotel. Oh well, throw it on my kitchen like Odell. So I pull up with the cheese, no rotel. Double L, AC, with the rock, no Jay-Z. You ain't talking money and pay me. Now you wanna F on maybe. I'm pulling up pretty, I'm all through the city. Like Lou, ayy, I pull up designer, he want my call like the like Lou, ayy. You goofies ain't getting no rockin' out Gucci like ayy. Quit thinking I'm stupid, ain't the owe me don't they knew me like ayy.
Yeah, good. Ano lang ba?
3, 2, 1, let me take off, sis. You want me go like it's take off, sis. Let me bake off, sis. Get your cake off, sis. Tell me what they wanna take off, please. Challenger, who Who in my caliber? I take
Nigga,
a
dog.
knock like Hannibal. Got your camera. I like with stamina. My go-to, I go
Hindi na ka. Isa na to, ha?
It's the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is NBA basketball right here on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce.
Ah. Ginagawang dola eh. Ayan. Iya po ni kadaog. Makita mo yung kadaog ba o dili.
Here's Maxey. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, "I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line." Back over to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Now here's Edwards. Outside McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Back to Edwards. From outside the arc.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Down low. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
Outside Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now Philadelphia with it. Pass to Edgecombe. Now here's Maxey. Guarded by Edwards. Outside Maxey. Here's Embiid. And Gobert with a block.
Wow, insanely tough to get a shot off when Rudy Gobert is around. Wow.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. To the paint. And it's Randall with the jam.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. Minnesota shooting their second attempt at the line tonight.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Maxey, that's good.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
And it's Maxey missing. The Timberwolves lead by 3. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has been everything, Grant.
Oh, my. His growth, both with his play, but also with his leadership, has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Doris, what's amazing about Ant-Man, he's worked to become an elite floor spacer.
The reason that's important, BA, is because we know what a dangerous driver and what a force at the rim Anthony Edwards can be. What I love is he's worked to become a legit threat, and he leaned heavily into that three-point game. So important in the modern NBA.
Outside McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. That three's off the mark.
When your big man is willing to go after those 50-50 boards, that is big time.
DiVincenzo with a steal. Now here's Randle. DiVincenzo with it. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And here is Maxey. Pass to Embiid. 5 on the clock. The three is up. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 4. DiVincenzo with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Outside McDaniels. Now Edwards. He's covered by Oubre. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's Gobert. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Here's Barlow. He's scoreless. And stolen by Edwards. Here's McDaniels. Rebound by Philadelphia. Pass to Grimes. They still need this. It's blocked by Gobert. DiVincenzo with it. Picked up by Lowry. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Let's remember, Rudy Gobert, 7-1. Very hard to contest effectively.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
And Drummond with the jam.
Boy, the defense has no answer for Andre Drummond. That's what we call emphatic finish.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Minnesota leading by 4. Up top, Randall. Pass to Ingles. The three. The putback. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
I love that kind of energy from Naz Reid. You don't give up on a play.
Outside Walker. Back to Grimes. And he converts the layup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And Minnesota has possession. They lead by 4. Up top, Randall. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Now Edwards. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw is good.
Quentin Grimes is a guy that brings tremendous physicality to the game. Prototypical 3-and-D type of guy.
Now here's Drummond. Walker for 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Outside Edwards. Reed sets a screen. Shoots from 14. That one a little long. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's Minnesota.
Ayos na.
5.
Paano ba?
And
Undang
we'll be
na.
back in just a minute.
Undang na po, undang. Iwan na po, kanang pasawd na po,
You've
sir.
enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
76ers trail by 5. Drummond with the screen. Back to Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, good D by Edwards. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Now here's Edwards. Yet to see a basket. Clock at 6. Tipped. Pass to Maxey.
Oy.
And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. Shot clock violation. And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. To the inside. Stolen by Drummond. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Pass to Watford. 6 on the shot clock. Grimes. Offensive board. Here's Edwards. Right side Edwards. Rebound by Philadelphia. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Out to the right wing. To the middle. Here's Grimes. Fires from the wing. Watford, right side. Back to Maxey. Conley with with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 5. The kick out to Ingles. Here's Edwards. Ant-Man getting it done inside.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Here's Maxey. On the take. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
Up top, Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Fires the 3. Joel Embiid with the board. 76ers trail by 5. Here's Edgecombe. Here's Maxey. He's guarded by Conley. Maxey attacking. Here's Edgecombe. Randall pulls down the board. So it's Minnesota now. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Back to Conley. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Maxey attacking. Well, he's now 2 for 7 after that bucket.
You know, you have to love how strong Maxey takes it inside. Feels like he can beat everyone to the cup.
Conley looking for an opening. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Over Edgecombe. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Ako na. No. Almost quick. Oh, mga ganda mo. Ano eh? Oh, naami.
'76ers trail by 3. Inside. Here's Embiid. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. You know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
And so here is Philadelphia. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Here's Edwards. To end the drought. Good work defensively by Oubre.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Left side, Edwards. The 3. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Pass to Edgecombe. Now here's Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Out left to the wing. It's blocked by Gobert. Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Outside McDaniels.
Nagko kayo mga
Pass to
kaibot.
Randall. Back to Daniels. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall. 76ers trail by 3. Screen by Embiid. Down low. And Embiid fires it home.
Oy!
Taking sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. DiVincenzo with it. No points so far. Outside Edwards. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss. And a pretty tightly contested game
Ah,
here
well done,
in the
David.
first half.
Ano po dyan? Lahin na po. Lahin na po.
Minnesota, they lead by 1.
Magkasat.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Minnesota in the lead. Here is DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Edwards. And here's McDaniels. There's the triple. The rebound by Embiid. And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship doors.
Boy, BA, that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
To the paint. Here's Randall. Joel Embiid with the board. Outside Maxey. To the wing on the left. A clear look for Embiid. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. It's picked off. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Left side, DiVincenzo. Right side, Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Here's the 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid, high post. To the middle. For the lead. Philadelphia moving it around. DiVincenzo with the steal. Pass to Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. Puts up a 3. Joel Embiid with the board. The Sixers trailing. Maxey, that's good. Maxey's got 6 points.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Back to DiVincenzo. Randall on the screen. Outside McDaniels. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Embiid. When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
The kick out to Maxey. And it's all from three-point range. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Goes up at the elbow. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Outside Oubre. Takes the 3. And the 76ers get it back. And stolen by Gobert. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Oh, this is where the freakish length of Rudy Gobert so effective at reaching in and prying the ball away from the opposition.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call.
Sige na, samot ka doon kaya ni. Ika nga, Dre.
Time out here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So it's Philadelphia now. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Into the lane. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Maxi's got 9.
Well, these are the plays he's looking to make every single trip up the floor. Very offensive-minded guy.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now Maxey. Out to Oubre. There's the block. And he's able to get it back. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harlow. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
There's just no reason to give him inside position.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Doris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric, but beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
And it's Maxey missing. Timberwolves trail by 3. And Edwards, here we go. Misses from short range. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back to you.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Pass to Grimes. DiVincenzo with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
The Sixers lead by 3. .146 left in the third. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Oh, impressive strength from Edgecombe. Young guys like him need confidence building buckets like this.
So far, Graham, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor.
6 to shoot. So both teams changing it up here. A minute 22 left to play in the third. Edwards can't hit. And here are the 76ers. Drummond. And he banks in the layup. Drummond's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, Well, if you're that size and you're Andre Drummond, be aggressive and assertive in the paint. I'm going to dictate the action inside, he says.
McDaniels, that's good.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Lowry with it. He's picked up by Conley. Outside Grimes. Philadelphia moving it around. 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Oh, Drummond with the block.
Andre Drummond in the middle of the action at both ends of the floor. Big-time defensive block.
The three, Conley. Drops in the three. Conley's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Grimes into the lane. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here's Shannon. Picked by Gobert. McDaniels from long range. 3/4 of play and a close one here. Philadelphia on top. They lead by a bucket. And we're coming back in just a moment. Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Maxey surveying the D. Pass to Bona. And Gobert with a block. Here's Shannon. Here's Freeman to take the lead. It's not going to go for him. To the inside. Now here's Grimes. From behind the arc. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Outside Conley. Six on the shot clock. Here's McDaniels. And it's rejected. And they'll get another chance. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now here's Maxey. And he drives in.
Oi! Ganda.
And so here is Philadelphia. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Rebound Minnesota.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Left side Conley. Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. Clock at 6. With the tip. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's all knotted up.
We always know this has been the strength.
Punta na ako. May lagi ikaw. Sa pabor.
Gobert getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort, and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Conley. Back to Daniels. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist. 7 points now in the game for Jaden McDaniels. And here's Grimes. He's guarded by Conley. Grimes with the ball. And here's Maxey outside. Knocks down the triple.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Outside McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Pass to Grimes. Now Maxey. Screen by Embiid. Maxey attacking. And the basket by Embiid. And that's now 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Pass to Freeman. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Maxey. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Yeah, savvy move by Maxey. Swiping the ball and getting it going the other way.
Back to Edwards. Pass to Freeman. Shot clock at 5. Outside Edwards. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And the 76ers making a change here. And here is Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. To end the run. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
Let's loose for 3.
It's a
Gobert pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 3. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Oubre inside. Here's Maxey. Another shot. And yes, sir. Lays it up and in.
Oh, commanding the ball in big spots. Maxey is so fearless.
Randall outside. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. The Sixers lead by 5. Outside Maxey. Here's the pick. There's the drive. And he slams it down.
Such an explosive athlete. Maxey saw his chance and took it right to the rim.
Now Randall. Embiid there for the rebound. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on an 11-2 run. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it inside.
Wow, B.J. Edgecombe. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of these highlight reel plays over his career.
And the free throw, no good. Now Randall. Now Edwards. DiVincenzo fires. The three is in.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. And here are the Timberwolves. Here's Edwards. Takes a three. Embiid there for the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And the second of two is good. And that'll put him up by 9. And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. Shoots it. Oh, the shot is off. Now Oubre. Shoots a three. Yes, sir, with the three.
Timeout. You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part.
Ikaw na lang, kamu dulas ko anak ko. Wala, sige. Dili.
You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
At dalawa, nakita niyo mo nang wala na kay audience. Makita niyo mo nga wala na kay audience? Wala na kay audience. Audience, wala na tao. Oo, wala na tao.
Minnesota calls time here.
No.
They're down by 12.
Muli.
Edwards. Ooh, the three doesn't go. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 19-5 run.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions
Ay,
in
mali,
enemy
kalaban.
territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And there's a call on Quentin Grimes. That's his first foul of the game. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Alex.
Gambar mo to, no? Hey. save